Hello, Solar people, and welcome back to the channel, where today we will continue with our Vasilisa BabaYaga illustration diptych. Woohoo! We're coming to the end. Well, the end of the drawing process. This is a heavy lifting. So this is where we kind of began. More like this is the very first iteration of the idea of the diptych. Vasilisa BabaYaga in pursuit, her house, 3 writers. This is, just the initial starting idea. And then I tried to make it a little bit better, and then a little bit better after that. This is where we are right now. But now we can plug in all of that art that we did into this framework and try to figure things out. So let's do that. So I have characters, let's see, more revamped Baba Yaga, her chicken house, skulls for a fence, and a whole lot of foliage. Got some major trees, bushes, all of that. But first, let's see what I usually do. Turn off everything else, even the white. And so I wanna push these so that they're much more visible. Okay, so layer, duplicate layer, Yales. Multiply that. Let's do that one more time. Layer, duplicate, Yales. All right, select all of them. Command Shift E. I should have done that outside of the thing. Yes, that is correct. So then I can turn off this and I can collapse these down. Command Shift E, collapse it down. And this is my new base, the new baseline. And I'll put that back inside. Anybody else? You need it. So let's take all of this out. So the characters need it. I think the characters are fine. I think it's more everything else. Okay. So we got it. We can, the V for the move tool. We can turn on this layer, turn on that white. And should I do the backgrounds or the characters first? I'll probably do the characters first, just to see if we can, get them into shape. Okay. So we need Baba Yaga, her chicken house, skulls. So we need 3. And then on each of these, I'll cut everything out but the character and then rename the layer. So, yes, I have to rasterize. So go to layer, rasterize, the layer, and then delete, deselect, and then once delete. And now we have our chicken house. Let's get it closer. And this is just a mock-up. It's not going to be anything close. Well, we're getting closer to the final, but it's not going to be the final. Okay. Command D, deselect, Command T, and then you can scale it down. And we plug it in, and then we save it as chicken house. There we go. Chicken, and we can turn off the house, and then we move it. Cuckoo. There we go. Okay. Next up, Baba Yaga. Let's turn that off so that we can work more of it. Well, first, rasterize. Yup. And then lasso tool, swooshy swoosh. Right. Okay. We just want to see what it looks like. What the heck are you doing, sir? Okay. Command T. Ooh. Oh, got a little bit up here. Delete that. Command D, deselect. Command T. And we adjust somewhere around that. She'll move her slightly forward because she's bending a tree. And we don't want that tree to get in the way of the chicken house. Yes, okay. So chicken house, we'll move this a little bit this way. We'll work that out. Who else? Who else? So we have BabaYaga. There we go. Okay. And I forgot to name it. Always name your Lakers. Baba Yaga. Okay. Now we just have the skulls. Turn these off so it's not in the way. Rasterize. It's fairly simple, so let's do the marquee. Chop it, chop it, chop it. Okay. We'll call it skulls for now. Okay. Skulls. Yeah. Let's duplicate it 3 times. Okay, layer. Yes. Layer, duplicate layer. Yup. Okay. Turn these this one. And let's take number 1. Delete that. And we'll name it Skull 1. And this one, delete. Delete. Deselect. This will be Skull 02. And Skull 3 will be your new name. Deselect. Alright. So we got them all. Push the V for the move, and we can move them. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with these guys. So we'll just enter. For now, we'll just put them at the 4 corners. Or 3 corners, because one's taken. Something like that. Okay, on the other side. There we go. Okay, let's see who's first. Should probably start. Well, first let's count up how many. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 needs to be in their individual positions. We'll start with these 2 because we're doing this part first. So we need 4 of them. Well, first, if we rasterize it first, rasterize the layer. Okay, now let's rasterize, duplicate it. Okay. So we got 4. We'll start from the bottom. And for the marquee tool, let's do the farthest back. Lasso tool. And I'm doing this just super fast. Just delete that. And I think this is all the major. Command D to deselect. Command T. I shall plug him in. He's way back here. Okay. Number 2 is user. Writer number 2. So marquee tool. Delete, delete, delete. And then Command D, lasso tool. And we're just cleaning it up just a little. This isn't heavy lifting, just light work. Delete. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, why do all this work to draw a character that's going to be so small? In a position of such smallness and insignificance. And I'm like, well, I like doing it, but yes, it does seem slightly wasteful to put all this thought into a character that might not be seen so well, but it's still fun. You know, it's the thought. Even if nobody sees it, because I think the viewer is pretty smart, and sometimes they'll go, "Hey, what's that little thing in the background?" It's like, "Oh, that's a person." Command D, deselect, Command T, and we'll plug him in. Now I'm having a Should he be on this side or should he be on this side? Should he be this or this? I still haven't quite decided yet. Because I wonder if it's too many objects on this side than this side. Right? Because you have this writer, the house, Baba Yaga, and this guy. Right? Maybe if I put him here, then it'll just be 3 and 3. You know? I don't know. But for now, we'll keep him as he is. Alright. So he's there. Wait. I haven't been naming. Okay. So we'll call this young sun. New sun? Morning sun. How about that? Morning sun. And then this will be noon sun. And then we'll go for Mr. Midnight. M. Oh. There we go. By Vasilisa. Sometimes I do this with large sections. Okay. Command D. L for the lasso. Delete. I forgot the antlers. But we'll put that in at some point. I think I have a drawing of the antlers, so I can add those later. Okay. Command D, Command T. I think you're pretty good. And again, him, I'm thinking should he be like close to here? Or, well, we'll figure it out. There are always more questions. Now, one thing leads to another thing. Okay, so Mr. Midnight, or the Moon King. Yeah, we'll leave it like that. And finally, now with her, I think I want another layer because I'm gonna put this light, which in Russian lacquer, they usually have light sources with these beams coming off. And I think I want this behind this. I also thought about putting a light one behind her as a slight representation of the sun or something. I don't know. But yes, let's layer duplicate. And since this one's gonna be lower, we can get rid of everything not the sun, which is a lot. The lasso, so D. We'll call this light beam. I put 2 eyes in that. Light beam. Beams. There we go. Turn this one back on. Okay. Since I already have this, since we shifted her hands, we don't need all of this. And the doll. Okay. Is that? I think that's that. Command D, Command T, and we'll move her into position. Do I want? It's like a puzzle. What do I want? Oh yes, and name the layers. So, Vasilisa the Beautiful. Take the light beam, the V for the move, right? Because the skull is radiating light. It looks pretty good. Let's turn off some of the other things. Let's see. Stag. We can turn on everything. Let's move the chicken house to the back by moving it down lower. Okay. Where is my sun? Did I delete that? What happened? Odd. Or did I move it somewhere I should? Oh yeah. I might have deleted it or something. And all my cutting. Oh, let's fix that. Once more, because I don't know what happened to my other side. Okay, so rasterize. Yup. And we'll name it Noon Sun. Get rid of this because we don't know what happened to him. Okay, let's once again Command T and lasso. Okay, doesn't have to be perfect, just enough because we just want an idea of what this could look like. Okay. Command D, Command T. Let's put you in the place. Put you in the place. Okay. And there you go. Characters somewhat into place. Looks good. Looks good. All right. So that is the characters more or less plugged in. There's still work to be done, but so far, so good. I might enlarge these two, but we'll see. We'll see. So once I plugged in the tree, the main tree and the claw tree, it really starts to take form. I also have a little other bits and some shifting, some enlarging, but with the main tree in, it starts to feel like it's starting to feel unified, because it's, the two sides of the same image just split. And I liked how the claw tree came out. There's still some adjustments and refining I need to do, and so I'll show you what happens as I get, with some further tinkering. And so this is what we got so far. I punched up the main tree, claw tree. I think I've enlarged some things. I've got some foliage added in. The skulls. We got the three suns. I like that it has a slight arch. You go from the back to front, back to front. And, I'm thinking of how things play towards other things, like line of sight. You try to feel like there's some flow. There's still adjustments, and I'm still thinking about placement of foliage and whatnot. But overall, this is what we have. There will be tinkering. I find looking at things on a new day with fresh eyes can really help. So I'll look at it, feel it out, make some adjustments. It's iterative. But yeah, it's starting to really come along. And so that is Vasilisa BabaYaga diptych illustration for this week. We got most of the main parts in, and I think at a level that we can now start to think about other things as we still tinker with it. So next week, I'm thinking will be a very brief color comp where I want to think about, what exactly the color will look like. Like, this is winter side. This is more of a transitioning to springtime. And I'm thinking blue, a light bluish pink for a rising, the dawn, reddish for the noon, and red bleeds over into this area. And then it's night with some stars on this side with, the skull torches being the illuminated. That's how I see it in my head. But we'll work that all out. And I think next week will be the last one of Vasilisa BabaYaga until next year when we start to actually paint this thing. So we look forward to next week as we get this a color brief. So thank you for joining me. I will see you on the next episode. Take care and keep shining. Bye-bye.